It was announced yesterday that Google Stadia will be coming to more devices on February 20th. 22 more devices to be exact, including the upcoming Galaxy S20 series. But the guy asked a question. When you're playing Google Stadia, you want the best experience possible, right? So out of all the 23 current phones that are available, which phone is the best phone to play Google Stadia on? That's what I'm about to answer in this video that shows you the top 5 phones to play Google Stadia on. Now, I've compiled this top 5 list based on best phones of 2020 and best gaming phones of 2020. And some of the results are pretty obvious and some of the results are pretty interesting, so let's get to it. At number 5, we have the Razer Phone 2. This is definitely a model I can get on board with. I really like the Razer Phone's concept as far as its sleekness. I know it's a little square for most people, but I really liked that it had a large screen, it had a really high refresh rate, obviously something you want for gaming. Next up, the Asus ROG Phone 2. Obviously as a competitor to the Razer Phone 2, it beefed up the competition when it came to gaming phones. Now you can't have a list without having any type of Google Pixels on there, and a lot of the reviews recommended the Google Pixel 3a or 3XL series, but the real one you want to get is the Google Pixel 4 and 4XL. I'm a personal fan of the Google phones. I had the Nexus series myself, so of course if you want to have the true Google experience, you have to get a Pixel. Next up on the list at number 2, it's the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now I know with the upcoming S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra, this list can slightly change, but for right now, the Note 10 is one of the ones to beat. With its large screen and its stylus, who else would not want this to be your gaming phone? And at number 1, we have the Galaxy S10 and Galaxy S10 Plus. Now, a lot of them on this list that I found also recommend the Galaxy S10e, and that's mainly because it's a budget version and it kind of made it, the best bang for the buck. But if you wanted the best screen, best performance, you had to go with the Galaxy S10 or 10 Plus. Now, what's interesting about this is the Galaxy Fold and Galaxy Flip Z were not listed on the compatible phones that play Google Stadia on. I'm hoping that will maybe change in the future. I think that those phones are just like any other phone and should be fully capable of playing the game. Maybe the Galaxy Fold will have some type of issue with the actual landscape since you have to fold out. But I really hope that Google can make that work. Something else I noticed is that there weren't any Motorola, LG, or any other manufacturers on there except Samsung, Asus, Razer, and Google. Now I know that's still a variety of phones, but we don't have any iPhone. We don't have like the Motorola G7, which was recommended in a lot of the top lists. We don't have any like LG G8, which was on the same top lists. And we don't have the OnePlus 7 Pro. That was like one of the top phones on most lists I looked at, especially the gaming ones. So I'm really curious as to why Google hasn't, gone after those devices specifically. I know the Galaxy line's more mainstream, but the Asus ROG phone isn't, and not even the Razer phone. Hopefully in the future, Google will expand their compatibility and include those phones as well. Of course, iPhones were not listed on the compatible device list, and I think that's a major setback too. The iPhone 11 Pro Max was another device that was included on the top list. I know Google is all about Android, but I think if they put the right foot forward, they should hurry up and get iPhone in the game as well, because that's another user base and that they can get to, another platform that could basically give Apple Arcade a run for its money. So on that note, I decided to make an adjusted list to show what the top 5 list could be if Google Stadia ever came to Motorola, LG, OnePlus, or the iPhone. So at number 5, you still have the Google Pixel 4 and 4XL. At number 4, you have the Galaxy S10, S10 Plus. At number 3, you have the iPhone 11 Pro Max. At number 2, you have the Asus ROG Phone 2. And at number 1, you have the OnePlus 7 Pro. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the list. What phone would you pick as your best phone to play Google Stadia on? Which phone do you have now? As you can see from the compatibility list again, any of these games will be able to play Google Stadia just fine, but this list is the top 5 phones that will be the best phones to play Google Stadia on. And that's it for this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe today so you don't miss any new videos in tech, gaming, entertainment, and more. And I'll see you next time on the Mashup.